welcome everybody. I know you've been wanting combination, and frankly I've worked on it before and it frustrated me, but I downloaded some isolated tracks and that really helped. So I'll show you the parts where it really helped. I'll actually play them for you. This song is in E flat tuning, so tune down a half step, and my notes will be available right below the video so you can follow along. The first thing to know, the intro is a measure and a quarter. And when I say that, it's like we're going to do E and A, and then one more E before we come back to A. But when we come back to A after that quarter measure, we're into the verse. We're going to talk about not only the notes he's playing, but some of the nuances to play them so they sound correct, if you will, without a bunch of just notes ringing together. All right, it just makes for a bunch of noise, if you will. So what we want to do, and the picking is going to be very important, so I'll speak to that also. So the first lick, if you will, that I call the E lick, we're going to be going off the 6th string. All right, I'm going to talk about the notes first. We're going to hit the open 6th string, we're going to hit the 3rd fret of the 6th string and hammer into the 4th fret. Then we're going to hit the 5th string open and 4th string open. And then back up to the 6th string open. Alright, so all together slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. To keep this from sounding like a mess, you want to pick it specifically and practice that, and also touch the other notes as you're hitting a note. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm going to hit the 6th string down really twice. Down when I hit it once, and down when I hit the 3rd fret, hammering into 4. I'm going to continue down onto the 5th string. See how I kind of muted that 6th string? Then when we get to the 4th string, this is going to be an upstroke, alright? And then we're going to come back up to the 6th string up. So that's open. And then we give it a power E chord. So we got down, 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 up, up, and then down. Alright. I know it's a lot, but we'll do it slowly together. Alright, let's see if you can see my picking hand. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's really the key to this intro lick, and it's played very fast. Part of the lick, which I again called the E part, we're going to come up to basically dyads or 2-string chords. We're going to hit the 5th fret on the 5th and 4th string, go to 5 on the 5th string, 4 on the 4th string, and then to 2. Alright, 2 will be on the 5th and 4th string. So all together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got that lick. Now we take everything and move it up a string. Alright, we're going to do this exact same thing starting from the open 5th. And you want to use the same picking. Come back to your E. Now, if you really want to try, let your E ring, open E, 6th string, while you hit the other notes. Okay, it's a little tricky because your fingers want to touch it, but there's two guitars in this song, so you know the other guitar is probably just letting it ring on the E. All right, so we've got our the E part and the A part. We're going to repeat that one more time. E and A. The last one of the intro will be another E. Now we move to A, but we're actually into the verse, and Joe starts singing. Okay, with Stephen underneath, I believe. With that said, the A part now will go for 4 times. So we have this. And then 3 more, okay? All exactly the same before we change into the next rhythm. And you guys, you really have to hang with the rhythm or follow the notes, because not every verse or when we go to these changes are exactly the same necessarily. And I'll speak to those differences as we get to them. Our next section is quite a bit different. We're going to be playing some octaves and partial chords and notes. I'm going to do one of the A lick, if you will. This will be the 4th of the verse, which will take us into this part. So off we go. To the next part, all right, which will be verse 2, if you will. So what we're doing here is it's kind of tricky, frankly. I mean, it all falls under your fingers once you get it down, but I didn't have no time figuring this out. It's like, what is he doing here? I knew they were octaves. So we're going to start out on the 5th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret. That's our octave. Slide that up to 7 and back to 5. I forgot to mention we're going to hit an open E. So there's an open E to start that out. Alright, so we've slid there. Now we're going to move up and slide on the 6th and 4th string. Same pattern. Then we come back to G as an octave. All right, so we have this all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we do is hit an E again. Now we're going to do some dyads again, some 2-part chords. We're going to be on the 7th fret of the 5th string and the 6th fret of the 4th string. This is basically an E chord. Alright, we're just using a different inversion of it. So we've got, then we're going to hit our 6th string open twice again and do a D. Alright, we're just moving that pattern a full step down. So let's take it from the E. So that's muted, really, the 6th string hit twice. Now we're just going to move right down a half step to a C sharp. So we'll be on the, let's see, that's 4th string, 4th fret of the 5th string, and the 4th string at the 3rd fret. Then we go right to pull down, hitting a G on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and pull that down to open. Okay, so from that E, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we start it all over again. Hear how that open E comes in? All right, so that leads us into the next one, which will be exactly the same. I'll start it from the E. One more 4. Right at that C sharp will be this will be the 4th time through. We go right back to the A lick. Alright, now don't get too comfortable with that because we're going to do that a total of 4 times again, but then we're going to change it up. I don't know if you consider this a bridge or what, but we're going to do that full A lick 4 times. And then we change to this. The next part will sound like this. Alright, what we're doing there, okay, as we continue on, so we've done 4 of the A lick all the way through 4 times. Then we start this. So what we're doing there is just stopping on the 3rd string. So you can just do all downstrokes at this point. Because then we're going to move up to the 7th fret on the 4th and 3rd string, referencing a D. Then we're going to move to a C, then to a G, and then back to A. So with the lick in between. So I've seen some people do it with an open G. That doesn't make what I call musical sense in this. We're moving down, so it just makes more. If you want to play the open G, it's fine, it doesn't matter, but I think he's just moving down. There's another point at the very end of the song where I do believe he goes to the open G that way, and seeing live videos, I noticed Brad was playing it that way. He plays his G this way. But for this part, what I think they're doing, so we got the open 5th string, 3 hammered to 4, and then the open 4th and 3rd. Then we hit that 7th fret of the 4th and 3rd string. Lick again. Then we'll go to the 5th fret. Then we're going to go 5 and 4. And then we'll go to A. The 2nd fret. Alright, they'll do that one more time. So let's do it together one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So after we finish that lick, we're going to go back into our octave. So let me play the very last section that we just went over and go into that. Alright, so you can see we're coming back into that octave lick. We'll do that a total of 4 times, alright? The very last time, instead of going into our full A lick like the verse, we're going to go into that, what we just did lick, if you will. Where we go from 7 to 5 and 4 back to A. Alright? This is like a bridge leading us into the solo rhythm, which is really different too. And I had, again, thank God for this, for the isolated guitar parts, because I'm going to play you this part so you can hear it. But okay, so I'm going to play that leading part up to, I'm going to just play this through riff station, but this is the isolated guitar. It's the actual, if you look it up and say isolated guitar, it says recording studio version. And again, it's just isolated guitars and drums. But you'll hear... Alright, that will start it off, and then you'll hear the rhythm start out. Sounds like Still of the Night, or, you know, whatever. It's not. Here we go. So again, this really surprised me in this song. So what we're doing there is basically we're coming in from an open G to a C and D and then A twice. And that's how I originally wrote it out. But watching these guys live, Brad doesn't move from this first position. So what he's doing is the open G to C. So we got this is strictly on the 4th and 3rd string. All right, play that once, open to a C. So we'll be on the 5th fret, and then just to a D power chord. All right, on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string and open 4th, and then our A. Comfortable doing it this way, it's fine. You know, either way, it's the same chords. But they will do that a total of 8 times or 2 measures through. All right. The way I wrote it out, I bolded the first 4 measures because they all fit in one line, and then unbolded the next 4, just so it's easy visually and keeping count. All right. So we've done this solo rhythm there, and then the solo continues, but we move into our octave lick. All right, the end of this octave lick is different, so we'll go over that next. So as the solo rhythm continues with that E lick, we're going to do that 3 times. On the 4th time they change it again. All right, so the 4th time will sound like this. All right, so we're just going to be basically hammering on, pulling off, and sliding on the 6th string. So what we do is hit the 6th string, and then we're going to hit it again, and then hit 2 and pull off to open, hit 3, 3rd fret, pull off to open, and then 4, slide to 5. Alright, so we have this all together. I'm going to go from the E and then E again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now we're back into what I call the post solo. Alright. This verse is that same D to C to G and A. All right, we're going to do that a total of 4 times. On the 4th time, of course, we're going to change it. So, when we get to the G, it'll change, all right? So we've done it 3 times. Here is the 4th time. All right, and that leads us into the fast outro. So what we're doing after we hit the G, we're going to hit on the 3rd and 2nd string together and bend and release that, then to 5, that's at 7, and then hit the 4th string at 7. Then we're into the very quick ending part. Okay, this quick lick will take us out of the song, so I'll play it a couple times through and then I'll show you what we're doing. So, yes, a very quick lick. What it is hitting an A power chord, hammering on to 3 and 4. Then we're going to just stay at this position, hit a D power chord on the 4th and 3rd string twice. Same lick again. Then we move to a C power chord. So that's the 5th fret. Then we're going to move, this is where the open G makes sense. We're going to hit the open G. And then hit A once. Start it again. Again, it's a very fast lick that they play over and over again and repeat until the song goes out. So that's all the different parts and pieces. I hope my notes will really help. You can follow along. We'll go over some of the solo parts. I haven't practiced it a whole lot, but I'll give you an idea of what he's doing there. But I've written it out note for note. So again, it's in my notes if you want to learn it note for note. Okay, so the first measure of the solo will sound something like this. Alright, basically we're going to start on 19. We're going to hit it with a bend and release, and then finally a bend and a slow release. Alright, then we move to the 10th fret with a bend and slow release. Then we go to 5 on the, this is all on the 3rd string, to 7. Alright, and then we're going to catch 5 on the 1st and 2nd string to the 3rd fret at 7, bent. And then 5 on the 1st and 2nd string. So we have this. Then we're going to take 7 on the 3rd and 2nd string, bend that up, and then hit 7 on the 4th string. Then we come back to 7 on the 3rd and 2nd string. To 5 on the 3rd, back to 7 on the 4th, and then 5, 7, 5 on the 4th. And end with 7 bend and release and pulled off to 5. Alright, that's the first measure of the solo. Next measure of the solo will stay at this 5th position and will be like, will sound like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is go from 7 to 5 on the 3rd string to 7, 8 on the 2nd. And then 5 on the 1st to 5 on the 2nd. Alright, so we have this. Alright, so we have this. Then we're going to take 7 on the 1st string, bend and release, pull off to 5. Then we're going to go to the 2nd string, hit 8 and pull off to 5, and then hit 8 again, bending up and catching 5 on the 1st string. Then we come back to 8 on the 2nd string with a pull off and hammer on from 8 to 5, back to 8, and then a bend and catch 5 again on the 1st string. Then we pull off 8 to 5, and then 7 on the 3rd and 2nd string, bend and release and pull off to 5. Alright, so all together, that second part slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we'll go over the next measure. Okay, the next measure of the solo, I'm not doing it at speed. I'm just going to play it and then I'll show you what we're doing. So what we're doing there is we're going to be on the 3rd string at 15, and then, I'm sorry, 3rd string at 16, 2nd string at 15. We'll hit that once, Move that half step down, hit it, slide back up, and then hit it again. Then we do another hit and slide. Then we come up to the open first and second string, hit them open, and then hit the second fret pulled off to open. Alright, then we're going to hit 2 and 2 slid into 3. I'm sorry. Then we do another hammer on and pull off from open to 2 back to open. When we come back up to our 15 and 16, we'll do another 1 hit, slide, and then 2 hits. Then we go 14 to 12. That's on the 3rd and 2nd string. Alright, again, I've written this all out. I'm just doing it to show you what he's playing. So the next lick will be this. Alright, again, I haven't practiced this, but we're doing the 4th string, 9, 11, 12, and the 3rd string. Then we go to the 2nd string, 9, 12, back to 9, and then 12 again, bent up. Then we come back to our 16 and 15, and back to 15 and 14. Alright, then we hit an open G, catch the 4th string at 4, bend that up, and then hit 5 on the 2nd to 5 on the 1st, and then release the 4. Go to open, and then do the same thing on the 2nd fret. Catch that with a bend, and hit the 3rd fret. Alright, after we hit the open, we're going to hit the 3rd string at the 1st fret, to the 4th string at 2, landing on the 3rd string at 3 and slide up. Alright, now we got the last part of the solo to go.